feared by many, and loyal to none but his word. Calcharo isn't just a mercenary. He's a storm wrapped in shadows, haunted by the past, and unstoppable in the present. But beneath the scars and silence lies something deeper. This is the legend of Calcharo, the vicious, the protector, the paradox. Hey everyone, it's paobeary. A few weeks ago, I published a video titled, Who is Danjin? Her Dark Past and Dissociative Identity Disorder. In that video, I basically told the entire story of Danjin. My motivation for making a story video on her was simply due to the fact that she is completely absent from the current version of Wuthering Waves, and I really wanted to learn about her story and also share it with everyone else. At the end of that video, I mentioned I would make a story video for Calcharo as well, since he is also completely missing from the story. So here I am again, ready to share an untold story of another character in Wuthering Waves. Let's get into it. So let's start with some basic information about Calcharo. He is described as a tough, no-nonsense mercenary who's been through a lot. Betrayals, losses, and endless competition. This kind of life has made him pretty guarded and distant. He's got a serious vibe and a reputation that's grown into something of a legend, with all kinds of wild rumors about him. Still, he sticks to his word and plays fair when it comes to business. Due to everything he's been through in the past, Calcharo doesn't trust easily, especially not nobles or anyone who he perceives to come off as shady. But even with that rough exterior, he's got a softer side to him. He's been known to quietly watch out and care for his teammates, and has even given rare seeds to Verena just because he wanted to. It's those little moments that show he's still got a loyal, caring heart under all that bitterness. No one really knows when Calcharo first awakened, but his forte kicked in after surviving some pretty brutal environments and life or death situations. His body naturally releases way more bioelectric energy than a normal person, which lets him control electricity and magnetic forces like a pro. He's also known to overclock, where his energy levels go haywire. When that happens, weird golden flickers light up the tacit core on his chest, and patches of tacit discord spread across his body. Additionally, eerie phantom-like figures start to show up. Surprisingly enough, he's never caused harm to civilians or property during one of these episodes. Calcharo the Vicious was one of the exiles in the new Federation's lawless zone. With extreme determination, he stops at nothing to ensure he gets the job done, relying on tactics including poisoning, kidnapping, bribery, assassinating, and even bombing. Although starting from nothing, his reputation quickly grew in just a few short years. One reason was because fear was never a factor to hold him back. He would take on incredibly dangerous jobs that others wouldn't dare to accept. Nothing was out of limits. Nothing was too immoral for him. The other reason was because he had a flexible moral code that allowed him to work with anyone, regardless of who that person was or what group they pertained to. He simply accepted the payment and did his job. However, if a client went back on their word for whatever reason, Calcharo would not forgive or forget, and haunt that individual relentlessly. Because of this, many grew to fear him. Even in situations in which Calcharo seemed to display a more sympathetic side, there was sometimes a hidden string attached. When Calcharo encountered poor people begging for help, he would charge a simple fee of a single shell credit, which, although seems incredibly generous, this generosity became the pupil's binding contract with Calcharo. Because of this, he was able to create an incredible intelligence network among all kinds of people. Upon reaching Intimacy Level 3 with Calcharo, you unlock an excerpt titled Beast Instinct, which reveals information about his childhood. At around the age of 12 years old, Calcharo was part of a gang, which comprised of other young children. and the gang was named the Underdogs. The children who joined the Underdogs were those who were unfortunately mistreated, bullied, and ousted. They joined together with the sole purpose of seeking freedom and survival. However, the members were slowly beginning to die off one by one, as they were slaughtered by rival gangs and even by those who they once trusted. Years later, the Underdogs became the target of the new Federation. However, a new group rose named the Ghost Hounds. This group took over the Underdogs and put an end to the chaos. According to this excerpt, it turns out that Calcharo, who used to be a member of the Underdogs, had become the leader of the Ghost Hounds. New rival groups then attempted to take down the Ghost Hounds, and in one incident, a rival group severely injured a Ghost Hound recruit. As I mentioned earlier, Calcharo is extremely caring and protective when it comes to his teammates, so this action was unforgivable to him. The next day, the entire group was completely wiped out. And although it was dismissed as an accidental fire, everyone knew it was Calcharo's doing. Upon reaching intimacy level 5 with Calcharo, an excerpt titled Domestication is unlocked, which details Calcharo's present. According to the excerpt, Calcharo stumbled upon Jian's troops inside the Huanglong borders. As a seasoned mercenary, Calcharo recognized the strategic value of Jinzhou and the threats it faced. Because of this, he proposed a deal to lend a hand to the Midnight Rangers, aiding them in their war against the Tacit Discords. And in return, Jinzhou would collaborate with him. Jian accepted this deal. Initially, Calcharo felt out of place in Jinzhou, finding both the colloquialisms and clothing a bit weird. He was shocked by the warmth and kindness of the Jinzhou people, which made him very distrustful at first. However, as time went on, Calcharo managed to become more comfortable with the culture and ended up becoming extremely protective of both the city and its people. Even though it's a bit strange to have him as a playable character despite still not being introduced in the story, many fans are hopeful that he will get his moment in the spotlight down the line, probably when the new Federation is introduced. I am definitely looking forward to when the time comes. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was great going through Calcharo's profile and learning about his backstory and being able to make a video like this about him. I feel like I want to do the same for other characters too, especially those that have barely gotten any screen time. Would you be interested in more character story videos? Let me know down below. Bye bye, and I'll see you next time.